that we've turned the page to
have we?
The CCL?
Have we?
That's a good question. Actually, have we turned the page to the CCL yet?
We showed some film and talked about, what happened against San Jose. So we turned the page after this morning.
Was there some value was it a reason to remind everyone that you can't sort of take your foot off the gas? Is that any value?
Anything in life where you can, have good conversation about things that happened in the past or happening right at this moment are good conversations. So I think I credit the senior guys on the team. They all get it. They know what happened. Didn't have to come from me. It came internally, which is always best for me, Jeremiah. It's a really resilient group, and they're a smart group. Look, you can. I don't stand up here and complain about referees, but the game could have changed in the 7th minute or 13th minute, whatever it was. It's not why we lost the game. Game could have changed because there's an uncharacteristic mistake, a young mistake, that's how MLS is, So we addressed it. I think at 2-0 and 3-1, I think that conversation was important to have because it's relevant. And it's not just relevant for this series, but it's relevant for the future as well. You're always trying to, give the players the tools to be successful. And sometimes that's just common sense conversations about an issue that arose and how do we solve it the next time.
What are now that it's here, I guess, what is, in the grand scheme, this opportunity on Wednesday night mean?
Well, it means a lot. I mean, there's individual, team, club, MLS, the narrative out there. I mean, it encompasses a lot of things. I'd always probably start with the team, the players. It's a big opportunity for them. Really, the club, back in the old days, we can skip past that. There was always successful clubs and iterations of our club and all that. But if you're looking at MLS history, Zig always used to say, we want to be the first team to do this. And we want to be the first team to do that because we're Seattle Sounders. Not because, we're part of MLS, but that was our, inherent culture that we continue to try and build. And I would echo Ziggy's words that we want to be the first one to, capture a CCL title. It's a big, massive opportunity for the club, for the players that put the hard work in every day. It's a big deal.
Does this being 2 legs help, or how does it affect the way that you look at the sort of bigness of the moment?
Well, we'll see. That's TBD because, we've had the opposite. And we'll see. I mean, I was very pleased with, obviously, the game against Lyon in New York City. Put us in a good position for that second game. Now, those second games were massively hard. They were, hinged on a couple plays either way. But it's different. We're away from home. We studied a lot of Pumas. I mean, we've been working on that for a while. Jorge has done a lot of, I think he went back 12, 15 games. But take in particular the 2-legged series against New England and against Cruz Azul, you can pick up little things about how they might play. So it's been pretty comprehensive of what we've scouted. But again, we won't know until, we get down there. So
stylistically, from what you've seen, knowing that it could be different when you get out there, are they similar to either an MLS side you played against or a Liga MX side that you played?
They're similar to Lyon. A lot of crosses, 4-4-2. It's going to be a tough game because San Jose did a little bit of the same, crossed a bunch of balls. NYCFC did that as well. So I think we're ready for it. But a direct comparison is it's a little different tone, tenor with the Liga MX teams. So I'd probably say Lyon.
How does Pumas form and sort of some of the challenges? How aware of you or
So are we. Makes it even.
Ryan, we've talked about how the players might take this game and the magnitude of it and how they might act. But as a coach, how do you prepare of maybe the situations that might come about and how you might react to certain things? Is there anything specific that you think of for a final of this magnitude? I mean, it's historic.
Well, we have a pretty good process in place. I mean, we've been fairly successful with what we do. The only thing I would layer on top of that, and you were talking to Yaimar over there, but Jorge's gone back to, I think it's 12 games. And the minute details, not just the details, but the smallest of details will be covered, both individually with film and also in group film. So there was a little bit more work done in preparation there. But as far as training and all the other stuff, no, it's the same.
I don't know if you've asked this before, I'm sorry. It has. A lot of teams put a lot of emphasis on acclimation and being there a lot earlier. Do you think that is not something that really comes into mind for you guys?
No. Tommy Dutra would tell you that altitude is all up here. If we can go down there and keep good possession and play the way we want to play, then the altitude won't come into effect. And I'm in agreement with Tommy. Look, we've been to RSL, we've been to Mexico City, we've played at altitude before. We've had good results, we've had bad results. I don't think there's, don't think there's too much more that I can say about that. I just don't buy into it.
So, Coach, there is two different tournaments, the League and the CONCACAF. So what is the message for the players for this CONCACAF game?
Well, the message, Felipe, is it's an opportunity on a grand scale. I mean, I think you guys have all said it, the national media, everybody, it's a big opportunity.
Anything else, guys?
I really hope I read the rules correctly, but it sounds like road goals are not a
Nope.
deciding factor.
Nope.
How does that change strategy? Or does it change strategy at all?
Slightly. I mean, there's some tactics you might do differently or the same after the first leg based on that rule. But, it's really just, we have an advantage playing at home the second game. If there's overtime and penalties, we'll use that. But we are not going down there to play for a draw or, lose 2-1 because we have a road goal. We're going down there to try and win.